What's up, Wise Flyers? David here. Today we're going to talk about how much money I make on YouTube, specifically my very first paycheck, which was over $3,000. I'm not lying, I'm not exaggerating. It literally was over $3,000 for the first paycheck that YouTube paid me. If you look at this bank screenshot here, as you can see, it's over $3,000, and that was the very first paycheck. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to be upfront. It's not the first month that I got paid. For some odd reason, I just never verified some information when I got monetized. Therefore, YouTube never paid me a check for almost 5 months, which I know is kind of weird. But then I finally thought enough is enough. It's time to actually collect these checks and make some YouTube money. So then I verified and confirmed some information, and then YouTube sent me the very first paycheck. But don't dislike the video yet, don't click away. I'm also gonna go over how I was able to make over $1,300 last month for YouTube. That's how much YouTube paid me for the month of October 2019. And I'm also gonna share details of how I was able to pay for this car all with YouTube money. So this is my dream car right here. It's a BMW i8 2019. And by the way, I'm filming this in November 2019. Before we get started, if you're not sure who I am, my name is David, founder of WiseFly's YouTube channel is all about credit cards and travel points, so you could travel anywhere almost free. Personally, I've been to 7 continents, over 50 countries. Most of those travels have been with travel points, so a lot of it's been for free. I've done first class, business class, economy, and this channel is all about teaching you how to do the same. So if you like traveling and don't want to pay full price, consider subscribing. But anyways, let's get started with the whole money stuff. All right, let's talk about how much money I'm making on YouTube. So as I mentioned before, I started my YouTube channel in July of 2018. So it was actually July 23rd was the very first video I published. It was actually 23 days after my second daughter was born. And just under 7 months later, so February 21st of 2019, I was able to get 1,000 subscribers as well as 4,000 hours of watch time, or 240,000 minutes of watch time, which are the requirements in order to be monetized. So once I became monetized, February 22nd or 3rd, it took a couple of days. It took until there was some verification, and it wasn't until March 8th that I actually got my first day of monetization where they put ads on my YouTube videos. And I'll never forget, I made $1.53 on that very first day of monetization, and I loved it. I was so happy because it was months and months that I was making these YouTube videos that I'm really passionate about. I'm really passionate about the topic as well, and to be paid regardless of the amount, I was super excited. As I mentioned before, I didn't collect an actual paycheck until several months later. So I would see that I was making money every day from YouTube, which was cool, but I didn't really pay attention to that number so much. My favorite metric, pretty much the only one I pay attention to with YouTube, is audience retention. I see what percent, I see how many minutes people are watching of my video, and that is the number one metric I pay attention to, because the longer someone watches the video, the more they like it, the more YouTube shares it. So that's why if you've ever seen my other videos, I always put a lot of graphics, a lot of text, a lot of B-roll, which is kind of like videos and pictures of travel and stuff, just to keep the viewer engaged. And that very first month of monetization, from March 8th to March 31st, I made $118, which felt amazing. I loved it. I was super excited. I was super excited to see how much more money I can make in the future. So every month that I was making money on YouTube, I was making more money than the prior month, which was making me happy. It was growth. It wasn't just about the money too. It was about growing subscribers, growing views, engagement, more watch time. Overall, it was great. And it obviously shows that I wasn't too concerned with money, because I went 7 months without getting a single paycheck. So enough of me talking, let's dive into my analytics. I'll show you exactly how much I made month after month and exactly how much money I've made up until this point.
Welcome to the back end of WiseFly's, my channel analytics. I have it set on 90 days. So far I made $2,912 the past 90 days. This is how many subscribers I've gotten. If you're wondering how much I've made total, This is the number, $5,293 total up until this time. So this is lifetime. These are all the stats since I first started the channel. 574,000 views total, 6.5 thousand subscribers. I'm very happy with this number. To make any money at all, I'm super excited. You know, I just want to take a minute to thank all of my subscribers. Thank you so much for all your support. I really appreciate it. This goes to show you that a small YouTube channel with only 6,500 subscribers could actually make pretty good money. I'm happy with this money. This is how much monetized views I've gotten, 480,000. So that's, even though I've had more, over 500,000 views, only 480,000 got monetized, which gave me that number. I want to show you month by month how much money I've made since the beginning. Very first month, $118.38. As you see, the numbers keep going up and up. I was so excited seeing all the growth. And then September comes, $675. This was a really weak month for me. If we pull up how much I did in October, this was an amazing month. It was $1,334.79 and 94,000 views. This was huge. But one of the sacrifices I had to make when publishing so many videos for October was that I couldn't respond to comments. So let's look at my top 5 best earning videos. My highest paid earning video was this, the Adventures of the Seas tour. So I did a tour of the ship when I went on the cruise. That has paid me $333, which is amazing.
So now that you've seen how much money I've made up until this point, I want to point out October of 2019, which was last month. So September 2019, if you look at the progress that I've made, September was a really low month. The reason why is because I went to Hawaii for 2 weeks with my family, kind of took a break, didn't really push it as much as possible. So when I came back from Hawaii in September, I made a note, October is going to be my biggest month ever. And I can't control how many people subscribe. I can't control views. The only thing I can control is effort. And by effort, I mean how many videos I could publish. So my goal was to publish a video every single day of October. I did 18 days straight, which was really big for me. That's the most I've ever done. Kind of burnt out, had to take a couple days off. I didn't feel well. And then after that point, I pushed it a little further. And then once I hit $1,000 for the month, then I decided I'll just do every other day till the end of the month. So for October, I made $1,334.79, which to me was an amazing accomplishment. I more than doubled what I made in September. And if we look at my analytics, I got a little lucky too, because this random video about Citi credit card mistakes, it was a good video, but I couldn't predict how successful this video was. In one day, it made $159 in one day out of nowhere. And after digging in a little to reason why that happened, for whatever reason, Citibank published a video about Citi credit cards, and my video was the most recommended video after that. So if we look at the analytics, it's almost nothing. You know, I made a little bit in the beginning and then almost nothing for months and months. And then out of nowhere, $159. And then and then after that, you know, it went down a little bit and then there was nothing. And then another spike of $89. So I have no idea why this happened. I don't know how to replicate it, but I do give a lot of my success to October to this random lucky occurrence. So now you know how much money I made on YouTube. What about this fancy car that's parked right behind me that I was able to pay for all with YouTube money? So if you're wondering if I bought this car with YouTube money, sort of. I don't own this car. If you're wondering, did I rent this car? Yes, I did rent my dream car through the app called Turo. It's a great app. You could rent any car you want, kind of like the Airbnb for rental cars. So to rent this car for one day, 24 hours, it cost me $199.67. Since I'm filming a video about this car and actually a few different videos that I filmed today with this car, it's considered a business expense, and I used my Chase Inc. preferred card to pay for it. So I was able to get 3 points per dollar there, and because it is a business expense, I get to write it off and I don't have to pay taxes on it. And because it cost a little less than $200 and I showed you how much money I made on YouTube, obviously I could afford this. I couldn't afford to buy it at $170,000, but to have it for the day, I can afford with YouTube money and how much I make. And even if I did make enough money to own this type of car, I don't think I would. I think it is a really nice car. It's my dream car, but I've always had the thought that I never want to own something like this. I'm not that type of person. I'm not into flashy stuff. I'm really paranoid just even driving it around because I have a $750 refundable deposit on it. So if anything goes wrong, you know, it's out of my pocket. So just driving this car for the day definitely scratches my itch. I don't really want to own it. I love it. It's great. It's fun to drive. It's fast. It's cool. It's sleek. But I don't like the attention of people pointing to me in the street and cheering me on. Believe it or not, I'm more of an introvert. I don't really like that type of attention. These are dollar store glasses. So that's just the type of person I am. I just thought it would be a fun way to make some videos with this car, and you know how YouTube goes, if you have a flashy car and stuff like that, people click on it, so I thought I'd have some fun with it. So if you want to watch some videos on how to get started with credit cards and travel points, you could click this video over here, or click this video down here, and I'll see you in the next video.